You see that? See that black man's arms? That's excellent. What's good with it, dude? It's your boy J. Crummy.
What did he say?
And I ski.
And we back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to World Shakers. Let's go. We back. It's episode numero. Oh my gosh. Ocho. There we go. I'm gonna say siete. I started tripping. That is crazy. It's been a few years since I was taking Spanish. What's up? How you doing? We back on the couch. You know, just two black guys.
Two niggas.
On the couch. But we back, yo. Last episode we had our first guests. We had the boys, almost all of them. And it was tough. If you haven't checked out that episode, go check it out before you finish watching this one.
For real.
It was a good episode, especially for the Marvel fans. You will enjoy it. Trust me, you will enjoy it. But we back. It's just the two of us, man. We back. It's World Shakers. We getting closer to episode 10. It's kind of crazy to think about. And we got a lot to talk about today. Not a lot, but like a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Off the dome.
We, just freestyle a little bit, kind of. We've been observing a few different things. And I don't know. It's been getting some talk. Especially over social media for the past few, I guess, weeks. So we figured we'd talk about it. Let's just get right into it. But before we do that, make sure y'all share, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We love talking to y'all. Yeah. Interact with us in the comments. Check out our TikTok. We post highlights and just funny moments from all our videos there. We even just, anything we're doing on the spot, we record it, put it on there for y'all, man. We're trying to build the community. So just check us out. With that being said, we're going to hop right into it. Over the past, I want to say, month maybe, there has been a lot of controversy around the movie The Sound of Freedom. And after doing a little bit of research, both collectively and individually, we figured we would have to talk about it because it's a lot.
It's real.
It's real and it's a lot. So for those of you who don't know, there's a movie that came out, I believe, last month. Hold on.
What, in June?
I believe in June. It's not even going to tell me. That's crazy.
I mean, it's weird.
July 4th. It came out on the 4th of July.
That's crazy.
So this month. Dang, so I'm saying a month. So really, it's just been a few weeks.
It has.
Yeah, but
And of course they do it on the 4th of July. That ain't no coincidence.
They weren't playing. Dude.
That ain't no coincidence.
On America's Day?
That ain't no coincidence.
Yo, I wasn't here. I was overseas on the 4th of July. So I didn't really find out about this movie until I got back. But yeah. So it came out July 4th. And it has to do with... I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube. It has... How do I say this? It has...
I mean, I'm pretty sure you could just say trafficking.
Trafficking. Let's just say it that way.
With
it has to
children.
do... Yeah.
Sadly.
Unfortunately.
We're not promoting it, so...
We're not... No. Don't... Not over here.
Chill.
Kind of mess. You take us for it.
Yeah.
In the world. But no, it apparently is, from what I'm understanding, it is based off of something that really happened. A real story. So it came out. Cool. You probably haven't heard of it. If this is your first time hearing about it, there's a reason why.
Not surprising.
It has been blackballed, I guess you could say. It's been... I don't even know how you would say it.
Like,
it's just been tucked away on purpose.
On purpose. They're not really advertising it like much at all. Like, they didn't even know the release date was on the 4th, which is crazy. You don't really see any trailers unless I skip by them, but like, nah.
Nope. It's gotten to the point where So I know there is. Me and my girlfriend were just talking about this. There are YouTubers that went and bought tickets for people who want to go see it.
That's tough.
You can only see it in select theaters.
Of course, it's another scam,
right? It has to do with trafficking, right? And Hollywood or whoever has done all they can to not let people see it, to not witness what the movie's message is trying to convey, right? So I did some reconnaissance, right? And I went and I looked, and I might insert a few clips, but I found that people were going and they would be told, oh, the AC's not working in the theater, or the projector's messed up.
Just a bunch of bull, yo.
They would sit there and lie to these people that paid money to come and see it, right? Or, this was the craziest one. When you went to go buy a ticket, there was only one seat available. And it would say that the show was almost sold out, right? And there's one seat available in the very front row, right? And then when you go in and you get into the movie and it starts and nobody else shows up, you realize that it wasn't sold out. It has been blackballed.
Ridiculous, you know.
Tucked away, right? And, you know, no matter how you feel, you know, this isn't a political. I don't really like politics. Not at all. You know, all it does is separate people. But no matter how you feel, there's something wrong with that. Right?
Exactly.
Just look at some of the movies. I mean, yo, there are movies, right, that just shouldn't even be a thing. You know? Shouldn't exist. But when you start to talk about something that's real, and that's a problem, and that's an issue, it's kind of crazy. You know?
It's real crazy.
And if anything, them trying to get people not to see it only makes me want to see it more.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that.
I want to see it.
Definitely want to see it.
I know it's going to be heavy. I know it's going to be... I mean, it's going to be crazy. You know? I'm not even saying... I don't like watching stuff like that. I really don't.
It is sickening.
It really sucks. Even though you know, yeah, this is just an adaptation. But just to know that this is real and that it happens...
Yeah.
Is crazy. And it happens worldwide, not just in America.
For sure. Know?
And I mean, for them to go out of their way to prevent people from seeing this clearly says something about the people in Hollywood.
Sickening. About
the people in the government, you know? But again, this ain't a political episode. There will never be a political episode.
Oh my gosh.
But as a decent human being, it's just, you can't, you know, it's just, it's weird. It's weird.
They're very weird for that, bro.
It's very weird.
Like, it's too many instances, yo. Like, you can literally go right on TikTok and just, that's where I was, just scrolling, seeing all the things about Sound of Freedom. A bunch of excuses, like you were saying, like, problem with the lights. No, then it's playing where it's starting, stopping, bull crap about even getting a ticket. Like, what? You don't hear that about no other movie. And it's no coincidence that this is happening to many people. Like, that's really insane, yo. Like, it's, like, disgusting, like, to think about. But, like, that is what people need to watch, yo. You gotta watch the uncomfortable things to learn the actual truth. And they don't want you to see that, yo.
Here is I've thought about this a lot over the years, you know. There are so many. As y'all know, we love movies. I love movies. I love TV shows. All that stuff. I don't know. I'll use this as an example. So I just started this new show on Paramount Plus called Special Ops: Lioness. Right? Has Zoe Saldana, Gamora, Morgan Freeman. Some other actors that I don't know their names, but I've seen them in other stuff. So I checked it out. I'm like, oh, this seems pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It's about this military unit that works to fight terrorists. And by doing so, they insert an asset to get close to said target so that they can take them out more efficiently, right? So basically a spy, right? And they have a whole... It's a really cool show. They released the first 2 episodes this past Sunday because that's when it started. And new episodes come out every Sunday if y'all want to check it out. It's pretty cool so far. But I was watching that, and with any time that I'm watching a military or government show, you know, I always think about like how much of this is truth, you know.
That's how it is.
How much that you can't base it off of not knowing anything.
Yeah.
So how much of this is truth? I watched Jack Ryan. A lot of that, I'm like, yo, how much of this is truth? You know what I'm saying? My problem with this is, just in the last, I don't even know how many years, 7, 8 years, there have been so many, just, you know, and I hate to be the one, but the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, you know, it's not just a conversation topic. You know what I'm saying? There has to be some truth to it. Ricky Gervais, he's a comedian, if you don't know who he is. He hosted the Emmys, I believe it was, a few years ago, and he made a joke about Jeffrey Epstein. You know? And he said, and obviously the audience all reacted all like, oh, why would you say that? Then he was like, shut up. I know he was your friend, but then, right? So it's crazy. It's crazy, right? We already know Hollywood is weird. We just talked about it, 2 episodes ago? Or whatever episode it was. Yeah, 2 episodes ago. Hollywood is weird. We know this. Tom Holland literally said it. As if we didn't already know. But we knew. You know? But the government is weird too.
They are, bro.
They're weird.
Bunch of old weirdos.
And I don't want to be that person to just start accusing people, right? But it would not surprise me, especially with how sick some people are, that there are people both in Hollywood and in the government that take place in trafficking, that have a hand in it. You know?
And God knows how much more. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
You just don't know.
There was a guy I had to do. I'm in a class right now. I'm taking 2 summer classes right now, and I had to look into some guy. All right, I did research on this guy. He was from Philly. I forget what his name was. I can't remember his name at the time, but he was and is the last person to be executed via the death penalty in Pennsylvania as of 1999. Right? He was charged with. Or no, he was arrested and executed because he was kidnapping women, leaving them in his basement and doing whatever. God knows what, right? It happens. It is a sad truth. It happens. You know? And for us to be able to combat it, people have to be informed. But you can't be informed if we're not even able to go see a movie that would inform us. You know? Like if you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's weird. It's weird. It is very bro. Weird. You know?
It is.
I don't know.
For the people that want to see it, bro, just keep trying to see it. Like, everything they doing to just make you, come back another time or just not see the movie at all, bro, they want you to do that, yo. So just see it.
Yeah, I've
or at
seen
least
people
talk to somebody about it. Like, don't let the topic just sit there in the air just because they want to have these plans to make you not see this movie or to hear the real truth. That's the problem nowadays, yo. There's too much bullcrap going on, yo. But they don't want you to see the real. You gotta still want to see it yourself.
Nope.
Like,
the world is changing.
It's just pitiful. There's so much stuff happening right before our eyes that it's just so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And they just want to cover stuff up so bad. They not doing all this for no reason. Like, it's ridiculous.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, man. It's actually ridiculous.
The world is changing, man.
I need people to turn up, you know. Lock in.
That's what it needs to be. You know what I'm saying?
Got to be together in this, you know.
I mean, even just look at, you know, and this is a whole different topic that I've been observing this for the past few days. But just even the whole Twitter situation right now. Or my fault, X, right? The new rebrand for Twitter. The CEO herself said that it will mainly be run by AI. What is going on?
AI really about to take over, man.
How many movies have we seen over the years? You know what movie comes to mind every time somebody talks about AI? And if you haven't seen it, you have to go see it because it is a masterpiece of a movie. Ex Machina. One of the best movies I have ever seen.
Ex Machina?
Came out in, I don't even know when. It came out, I'm going to throw a wild guess, like 2014, 2015. You know, I'm going to give you the premise just in case for those who haven't seen it. I don't want to spoil anything because it really is a good movie. But this, Oscar Isaac stars in it, and he's this billionaire scientist who has just created this AI. And he brings one of his employees to his island to study this AI, right? Not knowing that the AI is really studying them. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
On an island.
It is a fantastic... Yo, I think it's one of A24's... A24 is one of my favorite studios. I will say that. They have every movie I've seen by them. You know, I've really enjoyed. But I think that's one of their first films. I believe so. Dang. And it's fantastic. It is a really good movie. But, like, we've seen iRobot. Yeah. How many movies do we have to see before we understand? Like yeah, they're fictional and they're fake and whatever, but like,
I look at the directors and producers, yo, because you never know how much knowledge they really know and what can actually be true in these movies. Like, it's actually insane.
It's crazy, man.
And kind of off topic. Not even off topic, but it's just, I've just been thinking about it. Like, we're really humans. Like, we're really weird if you think about it.
No, yeah.
Like, we look at other humans who act as, like, something that they aren't really.
Mm-hmm.
And we just watch it as entertainment.
It's crazy.
Like, we watch each other as entertainment.
Yeah. No, that is true.
It's actually weird if you think about it. But it's crazy.
I mean, on screen, on the field, on the court. Just different forms of entertainment. Just watching other human beings.
Watching each other.
You know?
But yet, we want to be against each other so bad. But where would we be without each other?
Without each other. Like, come on, yo.
Just watching animals. Like, I get we got animal lovers out there, but you're going to do that for the rest of your life.
Can't do it.
For entertainment. To talk to.
The cheetah stalks his prey. Like, they're cool, but I just can't do that. I can't do it every day. Unless it's Steve Irwin. Rest in peace. But... yeah.
Dang, man. Like, it's crazy. Don't mess with AI, yo.
And we're going to get to that. I'm going to go back to that. But real quick,
people don't learn.
Just still on the Sound of Freedom idea. So, another thing that happened in the news recently is the Carly Russell situation. Okay? And I think I talked to you about this. I may have.
Carly Russell.
If you don't know, you about to know, right? About last week or the week before, there was a case opened because a black woman from Alabama named Carly Russell went missing. She called the cops because she saw a kid on the side of the road on a highway. So clearly that raises suspicions. Like, why is there a kid on the side of the highway?
First red flag.
She calls the cops, hey, there's a kid on the side of the highway. I don't know what to do.
Second red flag.
And the cops say that she screamed and the call got disconnected. So for days, I was following this story, right? I'm following this stuff. I'm like, dude, I hope they find her. Like, it sounds crazy, but I hope they find her, you know? A few days go by. Carly shows up at her parents' house, I believe. Just at some time early in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning, something crazy like that. Right? They take her to the hospital. Make sure that, you know, nothing's been done to her. You know, she had to rest, all this, that, and the third. The police finally got to investigate and ask her some questions. What happened? She said, when after the phone disconnected, was some guy popped out of the bushes or whatever and grabbed her and then made her climb over a fence and go to this 18-wheeler. They put her in the back of this 18-wheeler, and it was this guy and his girlfriend and the kid or whatever. I may be messing some details up, but I know the gist. And then they took her to his house, and she said she believed that they took pictures of her, and then they loaded her back up into the 18-wheeler, and then she somehow escaped. Right? Everybody's like, okay, all right. The police had the FBI look into this, right? Because this is big. I mean, this story was national. This went national. Nationwide. They searched her phone history. And she searched up days leading up to her disappearance. She searched up how to steal money from a register without being caught. She searched up how old you have to be to get an Amber Alert. And then she searched up the movie Taken, which is about abduction. And then 2 days ago, she had finally confessed that she faked it all. And get this. All for her boyfriend's attention.
Hey, yo, what the?
What?
There are people that actually are missing. What? That haven't been found for months. Years. Right? And you wanted to play pretend because you wanted attention from your boyfriend, who now, right, he put out a statement, whatever day it was, making sure that everybody knows he has no parts of that no more. It's done.
He's weird.
You're weird. And you know what?
That's not
I'll pray for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll pray for her because something's clearly wrong.
She need God.
But there are people that are actually missing. You know? There are people that have been missing. There have been people that years ago went missing and they could be presumed dead and they could be somewhere. Just, you don't even know what.
You don't
and
know.
You want to play games. That is not something to play about.
It's really not over attention, bro.
For attention. You know who that sounds like? Our good friend Jussie Smollett. How many years ago was that?
I don't even know who you talking about.
The bull from Empire, who got jumped by some Trump supporters in Chicago at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning.
Oh.
You don't joke about that stuff.
It's just weird, man.
And why did he do it? For attention. You paid your friends. Dave Chappelle has the best take on this. I'm gonna show you.
I bet he does.
I'm gonna show you the joint he said after this.
I bet
because it's one of the funniest bits I have ever seen in comedy.
Like, what is wrong with y'all?
It's nothing to play around about,
dog. There's other ways to get attention, bro. Like, I know y'all be fiending for the clout, but come on, man.
What episode did we say that in? People do anything for clout. Had this gone right? Dude. God forbid her plan went right.
Dude.
And she got what she wanted, right? She would have been the talk. She would have got her nice little Oprah interview. She would have got her news interviews. They would have done a little documentary about her. She would. It's just I can't even describe what it is. Because, you know, especially black women.
It's goofy, bro. Come on, man.
You can't. But like, what are you doing?
You can't.
What are you actually doing?
You're actually stupid. Actually stupid.
And I'll pray for that person. You know what I'm saying? That God will get her the help she needs, or just work on her.
For real.
Because that's I don't know.
That's a mess.
And then on top of that, you got your parents to play with it, to go along with it.
That's crazy.
Your mom ran with the story, and apparently, I haven't seen it. Apparently, they did an interview with the whole family, and apparently, the dad just looked visibly uncomfortable because you're sitting there lying. Now, the conversation is, do we charge her? She lost her job. She lost the boyfriend she was trying to get attention from.
Dummy.
You ruined your life for some clout.
Dummy.
Like,
what is wrong with
why
people?
would you do that? Why would you do that?
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
That's so inconsiderate to people who are actually in danger.
There are
actually
people
can't even do that. Or possibly, like, oh my gosh.
There are people that
bro.
didn't get the chance to even call the cops.
That's really
That didn't even get the
crazy,
chance to fight back. Who are just somewhere.
Pitiful, yo. You got families hurting, bro.
Beyonce's mom, right? Apparently, I don't know. I was reading all this stuff and I couldn't believe it. They had search parties for this woman. Beyonce's mom out here getting people just spreading the message like, yo, I need y'all to look. This joint went nationwide. Some people's stories who are missing don't even leave their state, let alone their county.
That's how it be too, yo. You got the fake news just flying around everywhere.
God loves you, Carly. He does. He really does.
Like, come on.
It's
man.
crazy. But we have to fight to go see a movie about something similar. It's crazy.
About real-ish.
It is really crazy.
That's wild, bruh. That's so wild.
Let that sink in. Like, that's really crazy. That's really crazy to me. I haven't been able to really, like, I have seen since then, you know, since it's been revealed that she was lying, right? It's just sad, man.
It is very sad.
It's really sad that you would just, dude. I remember hearing about it. I'm like, dang, that is scary, man.
Yeah.
Because the narrative before all this was, dang, they're using children to lure people now.
They got a lot of tactics, man.
Which, obviously, that's not something to not look at.
Yeah.
But, you know, what happens the next time somebody actually is
in real
taken
danger? And you wonder why some of these cops don't be taking stuff serious.
They don't take it serious because of stuff like this. They don't believe them because of stuff like this. Why would you do that?
Like,
it's crazy. It's crazy. So if anything, The Sound of Freedom, you know what I'm saying? It clearly is a well-timed movie. And all throughout history, the narrative stays the same. History repeats itself. When you go against what the government wants or what anybody wants, that is higher up, you know, that may have a little bit of power, they gonna do whatever they want, whatever they can, to look out for themselves, you know,
just to make it difficult.
If anything, this just makes them look more suspicious. And you know, this is not even just the government. That's the crazy part. It's not even just the government. It is mainly Hollywood. It's mainly Hollywood.
You say mainly?
I feel like it's mainly Hollywood because of the Jeffrey Epstein thing. As you know, and I'm not the biggest person of conspiracies. But the times that I have looked into it, that joint is deeper than rap. I mean, it is a whole network.
Of course.
It is deeper than rap. It's much more than what they give you at the surface value.
Of course, bro. It's most of the time like that.
It's crazy.
You saying it's mostly Hollywood, bro. It's people high up in places we probably would never touch.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know if I would want to be in that position to be doing the type of stuff that they're doing. Like, it's ridiculous, yo. Like, it's all levels to this. And they all be hiding stuff.
The government, you know, and so today is July 26th. Today, the Congress, I believe, had a meeting in which a former employee or whatever disclosed that the government does have UFOs and alien bodies locked away somewhere, right? And we knew. I mean, we already knew the government has been hiding. That's not new information. If you didn't know that, welcome to America. It wasn't a surprise to me, but it's like, you know, I think about President Obama. President Obama was president for most of my life. Like, when you really think about it, you know, he got in what, 2008 it was, or whatever it was? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
And then 2016, 8 years. So 2016 is when his term ended, his second term ended. That was a big chunk of my life, you know what I'm saying?
Your conscious life, yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, you know, I think I usually use him as an example, not just because he's black, like, no. But just because that was somebody I could actually be like, oh yeah, that was the president because I can't even pay attention to the administrations now. It's just stupid
to me.
It's just stupid.
It's all foolery to me, bro.
There's another show, right, called Designated Survivor, and it came out a few years ago, and it's on Netflix. I started watching it a few months ago, and the premise is that there's an attack on Congress and Senate, all this stuff, right? And they're at, I don't know if it was, oh dude, what is that genre called? At that one meeting, I'm gonna insert it here. The one meeting that happens every now and then where they get everybody together and the president speaks or whatever. What is that genre called? I can't remember. But Union Address? Something like that. And then it gets bombed and everybody dies. Like, the whole government dies. Right? So the designated survivor, what I learned from the show, is a protocol that the government has in place where if something like that were to happen, there's a person that the president picks in the whole of the government, not even just the major leagues, just all of the government, to replace to take their place, right? So in that show, you start to find out a whole bunch of stuff, and like, you know, everything is corrupt. Sucks to say, but everything is corrupt, you know? And I just think about President Obama, like, or just all the presidents, stuff that they may have seen that they can never repeat to anybody. Conversations that they may have had
so much
that they can never repeat to anybody.
Oh man,
it's crazy. So
it's insane.
I don't know. I say it's mostly Hollywood because, and even today, Kevin Spacey has been found not guilty for all those accusations that came up in 2016 or whatever year it was. It's weird that a lot of this stuff is happening now around the release of this movie. You know, like, it's not coincidental. It just can't be.
Not coincidental at all.
So I don't know. You know,
I feel like somebody just has a huge scheme, just slowly panning out somewhere above, higher up in this country or something, because there's no way so many things are happening back to back, and just one thing after another that's just like clicks, and you see the correlations.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
it's actually insane to think about.
Y'all thought 2020 was crazy. Just some of the news stories we got this year.
Still going, bro.
Jeez, man.
And I don't think it's gonna stop until people actually understand what's really going on.
Yeah.
And put a stop to it. Cause this is no joke. Like, we getting so much further in technology and advance and stuff, but we're also getting low-key dumber, bro. Like, we just missing the obvious. Or stuff that is just right there. Just come on, yo. Cause what is going on? Like,
you know?
It's not many words to describe it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just happening.
No, you're right.
And you just gotta battle through every situation that's just slowly coming. Every part of the way.
Yeah.
Like, it's really crazy, bro. It's actually crazy.
So the whole purpose of that is basically to say, check it out. If you get the chance. I know it comes to digital on the 2nd of August, I believe. Don't quote me on that. You can check. But I know it comes to digital on the 2nd.
That's what they said. I wouldn't even rely on that.
You know, I
would say sooner than better, if you can.
Well, that's if you can find a theater that's showing it.
Yeah,
near you. Goodness gracious.
Because the way they doing it, bro, they just gonna make it even harder.
But regardless, that's just what's been going on. You know, and it's crazy. You know, you think about, I don't know, even with this Kevin Spacey thing, you know, you got Kevin Spacey, you got Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby, Jeffrey Epstein. The list goes on and on, right? R. Kelly. You know, I'll use Michael Jackson as he is one of my favorite artists. Point blank, period. Love me some Michael Jackson. His music.
Good music.
Him as a person, I don't know. I've never met him. I don't know what he was like behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's not fair to just assume. So I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is, if somebody's saying something about you for years, Cat Williams said this too in a comedy special. If somebody's saying something about you for years, multiple people are saying the same thing about you, right?
It's like,
what does that say?
What does that truly tell you?
You know what I'm saying? And I know there's always the people that be like, oh, they were just trying to get after his money, and they're trying to just do this, and they're trying to do that, and they're trying, and that is true for some situations. That has been the case, yes. But like, I don't know.
It's hard.
It's hard to think about
because you never know if people are actually piggybacking off each other, or if they truly had their own separate experience.
That's very true. Well, that's the other thing too.
That's why it's actually tough.
Yeah.
Like, dang, you just want to know things and see things hands-on and right in person, like with your own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not always the case. Like, a lot of information just gets pushed around, sent around,
misconstrued
from person to person, and you never know what's fully true, what's fully not true.
It's like whisper down the line.
It literally is.
I don't know.
It's like a bunch of childhood games that teach you things in life. Honestly.
You know. The more you think about it,
deeper meaning.
Exactly. The more you think about it, you really start to realize, like, okay.
Like even hide and seek.
Yeah.
It's low key twisted.
Well, or like the time I found out that Ring Around the Rosies was actually...
Yeah, bruh. That one, that blew me.
I don't even... Yeah.
And it's like the whole song.
But...
It's like, bruh, we've been young boys singing that for how long? Like, when would you understand that? Like, what the heck?
Here's what I will say.
That's where it is, bruh.
And then we're going to switch gears to a lighter note. But... there's a reason for everything. Okay? And no matter how you feel about whatever or whoever, there's still a reason for everything. And it's just hard, you know? It's just tough. Because especially as a person that, like, wants to seek the truth. That only wants to know the truth. You know, there are people, they literally say it when they're swearing in to office, that they will tell the whole truth. Or no, when they're going on the stand, that they will tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, or whatever it is. I think that's when they're...
Truth. Like,
regardless of what swearing in it is, they say, I swear to tell nothing but the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. And they turn around and lie. It is crazy. It is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's why lying pisses me off, bro. Like, I don't even like to lie a lot at all. Cause that joint, it just really ticks me off. Like, what are you lying for, bro?
You know?
It's like a Band-Aid, bro. Just snatch it
do
all
what
off,
you gotta
bro.
do.
Just tell me that everything from rip, bro. That, like, I know a lot of situations are different, and sometimes it helps, and it's easier to just lie, but nah, bro. It's also a lot of the time where just the truth will literally set you free.
It will set you free. That's the other thing too. No matter how much you lie, the truth will always come to light. May not be then and there, but it's gonna come to light. Trust me.
It will.
You can't. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. But I say all that to say that times are changing, and it is most definitely the end times, because what is going on? What is actually happening in the world right now?
Actually happening.
It's like every day. It is every day. It's something new. And it's like, it's to the point where I swear I said this in another episode. It gets to the point where I'm just not even surprised anymore. I'm genuinely not surprised.
Not surprised.
Nothing has surprised me. You know?
Bruh.
Nothing. Literally nothing can surprise me anymore.
It's just so silly.
Because of how sick the world is. It's crazy. But, yeah. That's that.
That's that, for real.
I'm off of that.
Like, I like to look at the positive note of things, but like,
there's nothing positive about
it's just
stuff being covered up.
Just nut stuff. Like, I feel better when people actually realize that y'all are actually seeing all these cover ups and stuff, and actually do something against these people.
Yep.
Because one person can't do it by itself. Like, ideally, I was like just talking to my papa about this. Like, the world is just so cruel, and there's so much stuff that can be fixed, but people don't do it.
Yep.
Because of greed and just power hunger and all this bullcrap. It's just like, bruh, if people would just work together, it would be beautiful. Life would literally be so beautiful if everyone could collectively just be together.
But
and play their part. But it's so hard.
Here we are.
It's so hard.
It's crazy. It really is. You know?
I believe it.
The Bible says
the
love of money is the root of all evil. Let that sit. Let that sink in. But on a lighter note,
Y'all seen that Secret Invasion?
Y'all seen Secret Invasion? Because that joint was kind of hot. I ain't gonna lie to you. We just finished watching it literally before we hit record on here. And I mean, we talked about it a little bit. I think one thing I will say, before we even really get into it, Marvel, I don't know, the shows, I don't know if they really know how to do a finale, you know? Like, it was...
I don't know. I don't think so either.
Out of every show, except for Loki, because we know it's getting a season 2. It just seems like the finales are just rushed, you know? It seems like they're not... They're very underwhelming.
It's not as detailed as you would have, like, really expected it.
You know? And we kept saying, like, this episode better be an hour long. It's almost like 37 minutes. Yeah. Minus the credits, which is like 6 minutes in and of itself. So 31 minutes.
It's basically 30. Half an hour.
And it's like, you can only do so much. And here's what I will say about the episode. They did it nicely. Like, you having this conversation with Gravik and, Gaia disguised as Nick. But then you're also having everything happen in the hospital.
I mean, oh wait, no. My fault. I was about to say spoilers, but this is going to be out Sunday.
Spoilers.
This episode is going to be upside Sunday.
If you haven't seen it yet, that's on you. You know,
just watch it. It's 30 minutes.
Literally. We just said it. It's 30 minutes. You don't have 30 minutes? Like, I don't know. It seems rushed. I don't know. It was still cool. Still entertaining. But I feel like there could have been more. Especially with that fight. I feel like you're building Gravik up this whole season to be this big, bad dude. And the fight wasn't really... It was underwhelming. Giving, yo. It was underwhelming. It was basic.
It could have been longer.
It could have been longer. It could have been... Like, the stakes just weren't... There was not one point in that zone where I was like, oh, crap, she could die here.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
He choked her for a couple seconds, but, like...
It's like, you know?
I didn't think she was going to check. Like, I definitely was expecting more of an intense fight. Just to how brutal this man has been doing everybody this whole series. Like,
dude.
And then he dies just like that, bro. Of course, you had to use Captain Marvel's freaking power.
Of course. They gotta promote their movie somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's really wild.
But yeah.
Like, series, it was good. But finale?
Underwhelming.
Very...
Underwhelming.
Very.
To say the least. And that is how it's been for every show. Except for Loki. Because Loki's drawn isn't done yet.
I mean, would you say Moon Knight?
Absolutely.
So they folded on the season finale too?
Here's what happened with Moon Knight. Moon Knight, first of all, I love Moon Knight. It is still my favorite series. Hands down. I love Moon Knight. My problem with the finale was the whole season we barely got to see him in the suit. Right? And I'm like, okay, you know. And the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, you know what? They're probably saving that for the finale. We'll probably get a nice hour-long John of him in the suit battling it out, you know. And then if you remember the finale of Moon Knight, Layla gets her powers because
the goddess
Tawaret, the goddess of whatever, of mother of children or whatever, gave her powers, and then they fought the dude, and what was his name? I can't remember his name.
The dude with the staff. What was his name?
Yeah, I can't remember his name right now, but something Ethan Hawke's character. I know the actor's name. The fight was cool, but it was short. And then they just ended it because Jake took over the body and bodied him. And we didn't even get to see it. You know? Like, and then we saw him in the after credit scene or whatever at the end of the episode. Harrow. That's the evil guy's name. Harrow. But it was just underwhelming. It's like...
You know, stuff like that. I need y'all to like feed us with our hunger of the cliffhangers y'all be leaving us on, because you can't just do something like that and just.
If you Moon Knight hasn't even been confirmed for a season 2.
It hasn't.
If you know you're not gonna give us a season 2 right away or at all, put everything you got into the finale so that I can feel like the story is complete.
Help us.
It's just why every other episode is fully fleshed out. You get all this detail and all Secret Invasion speaking right now. You get all this detail, you get all this backstory, you get all this. And then when it comes to the finale, it's just that's it. It's crazy. And Moon Knight did the same thing, I feel like. Every episode was cool. And you're finding out about this character because that's the first time we're seeing him on the screen.
Yes.
You're finding out about this character. And you're getting all this backstory. And they did that beautifully. Oscar Isaac acted amazing in that show.
He did his thing.
You see the suit in episode 1. And I think a little bit in 2. And then you don't see him 3, 4, 5. So 3 episodes you don't see the suit. Cool. You know? So that just makes me think, oh, yeah, we're going to see it in the finale. It's going to be hot. It's going to be tough. And not to say that it wasn't cool. It's just, give me more. Why is every finale 37 minutes long while every other episode is longer?
Just pushing it.
Give me a battle where I need that drone to keep going. There was no stakes. There was no stakes in this finale. Like they were just boxing.
They really were.
They were really just boxing.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna try this one out. Okay, then this one. All right, this one.
If anything,
let's fly. All right, mink, choke.
That's what
sleep.
I'm saying. It was just combos. They were just mashing buttons. Like it didn't make sense.
They just got the powers.
It's you know what I'm saying? Y'all just got the powers and you just know how to use it. Come on, please make the battles longer.
Bro, like I don't know if it's because the money, like the budget is low, or like what are they on?
Well, that's what I was thinking too.
If it's budget, all right, I understand. But like if y'all just blatantly doing that stuff, come on now.
How much? I actually want to see how much the budget was for Secret Invasion.
They probably really out here
because
scheming us, bro.
Hold on, I'm about to check real quick.
Probably doing it. They doing the same thing with the game devs, bro. Unfinished game. More like unfinished episode.
Hold on, let me see how much this budget is.
Cause what's going on, yo? Y'all gotta do better. Y'all got to do better.
So hold on, bro. It's showing had a $212 million budget. Right? What the finale did, however, is reveal where at least a good chunk of its absurdly bloated $212 million budget went. And that's what I was thinking too. And I said it. I said it. I was like, yo, the CGI actually isn't bad.
Yeah.
That was like movie level CGI. I was like, holy, okay. All right. If y'all spent all the I understand, like, CGI is expensive. Very expensive. But if y'all spent a nice chunk of that just for that, what? I don't even know how long the fight was.
Probably like a minute.
Y'all didn't use that correctly.
2 minutes.
I don't know, dude. It's just it could have been longer. It could have been better. You know, Gravik was too good a villain to just go out like that. Like it was very underwhelming. It was very underwhelming.
Like too quick. Literally,
you know what I'm
too
saying?
quick.
I still, you know, and I think about Thanos. Thanos was an amazing villain, and his the way he went out was almost poetic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that they built that up. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of better than seeing one of the Avengers just like chop his head off or stab him or whatever. It was better than that because he sat there, he accepted it.
Exactly.
He realized he had lost. And he was done. Gravik, you're pushing this agenda for the whole season, and you got bodied.
Just get blasted.
You know, I don't know. But I mean, stepping away from that, the show was really, I enjoyed it. I really did. They did good with this one. Aside from the finale, I really felt like this was really well put together.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I will give them that. If I had to rate it, 8, maybe. Literally because of the finale.
I could see it 8.
If they gave me a good finale, I might have given that John a 10. Might have. Might. That's a very strong might. Maybe a 9.5. But
just draw.
The finale was just so underwhelming. You know what I mean? And then for Nick not even to be present when Gravik was...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That kind of threw me off, too. I'm like, after this whole time, like, he's not even going to be here.
He killed Hill and Talos, and you weren't even there to avenge them. And I mean, yeah, he's taking care of other things. He was taking care of the roadie situation with the president. I understand that.
Because you got to clear his name with that.
But, you know...
Stupid president, too.
You know... And I give it to him.
Just to pop roadie.
Just to pop roadie. And then, all right, so we don't know if this is 100% for sure. But afterwards, we looked at a video. And basically what we're understanding is that Rhodey was switched out after Civil War. Because at the end, when he's taken out of the little pod, he's still in a hospital gown. And the last time he was in a hospital gown was after he got blasted out of the sky in Civil War. So that's something to really think. Like, and then it's like, how long was Agent Ross gone for? Because we saw him in Civil War too. Exactly. We saw him in what movie was that after that? Black Panther, and we saw him in Wakanda Forever. So where was he? You know?
Exactly.
I don't know. It's a lot of, but and that's the other thing too. Like, I don't know. Marvel loves to give us, and you know what's crazy? Even with the movies lately, there hasn't really been any after credit scenes. Yeah, it's like they've stepped away from that. They don't do it anymore. So now we are completely blind as to what that has to do with anything.
I feel like they trying to play us, yo.
And I'm gonna watch my mouth because I know Marvel knows what they're doing.
Like, I'm waiting for, like, a big surprise or just something to really blow my mind. But at the same time, I feel like they just doing this for money.
Help me out, please.
I'm really hoping it's not just for the money.
I hope it's not just for the money.
Y'all got enough.
There have been so many there's so many unanswered questions I still have. From Shang-Chi, what are we doing with that? Bruce and Wang. And who else? Who else? I thought, oh my gosh, there was somebody else I feel like.
Bruce and Wang.
Bruce Banner, Wang, Shang-Chi, and whatever.
What, like his sister?
His friend's name was. They all met and they were talking about the rings, and then it had something to do with something. Okay, we saw Bruce and She-Hulk. I know that's not his show, but like we haven't heard anything about that. Doctor Strange has a third eye now.
Yeah.
And jumped into that portal with Cleo. I think that's her name is, or what her name is. What's up with that? It's like Spider-Man. You know? I mean, there's a little piece of symbiote left.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Like, there's too many unanswered questions. And
they need to be answered.
I need something to make sense.
Something.
And I was hoping it would be this one that would give me a glimpse. You know, even if it was a glimpse into what was going on in the Marvels.
At least.
Give me something. Like, help me understand what's going on so I can like, I can understand. I don't want to just go into everything blind. That's annoying.
Nothing's correlating.
That was the one thing about, you know, phase 1 through, I guess, 3. Being able to, you see an after credit scene, and you go into the next movie, you're like, oh, yo, wait. They did that in the last movie. So
yeah, like you can actually piece it together.
I don't know, man.
But it gets tougher and tougher. That's why I be watching videos and like to explain these end scenes or just the end parts to see like what this could possibly lead to.
Even if it's just a guess that is way out of bounds. Like, just give me something.
Something.
I have to go check with all these other people who are more intellectually advanced in Marvel than I am, just based off of their comic knowledge. You know, I haven't been able to read every comic. You know,
yeah.
So I don't know.
And even then, they don't do everything exactly like the comics.
Exactly.
So that's why it's like really like, all right, what y'all doing? And Taylor was just texting me about the end scene like of this Secret Invasion, like if they might possibly could be doing something like how they did with WandaVision and just leading it to a movie like they did with Doctor Strange.
The only movie I can think of
Madness.
is the Marvels, but they're not fighting Skrulls, I don't think.
I don't know. Is it maybe one of the Avengers ones?
And that's the other thing. The Avengers is not happening until what, 2026?
Got a minute.
Or 2025, whatever it is. It's not happening for a while, especially because of the strike. So
yeah,
it's not happening for a while. Secret War and Kang Dynasty. We already know who the villain for one of them is going to be.
Yeah,
Kang. It's called Kang Dynasty. But the other one, Secret War. Like, I know a little bit about Secret War, but I don't know what they're going to do. And now you have this whole, the war on Skrulls. That's another thing that happened in the episode. The president, right, just in the act of an itchy trigger finger, started a war.
Just draw.
And just, instead of thinking it through and talking with people and trying to figure out what next steps are, he just went on national TV and said, hey, there are shape-shifting aliens walking amongst us. If you find them, kill them, basically, is what he said. So bulls were literally just running up on... Hold on. How did they get into the news station? No security?
Casually walked up.
They just walked up, shot bull, pieced him.
And you got heads still on the cameras just sitting there.
Just, yo, what are you doing? Cut the feed, you moron. Like, there's kids watching.
They probably looking like, nah, I'm gonna see if he a Skrull for real too. Like,
and then they pieced the one lady, and she wasn't even. She wasn't even a Skrull.
Nah, he's going to jail. He's going to jail.
And then, shot her twice, she's dead, and then shot her 2 more times,
bro,
for good measure. What are you doing?
Like, he didn't get the memo, bro. If she didn't turn green already, bro, you just shooting a dead body.
A dead human. That is so crazy.
Yo, he gonna turn around and looking all crazy. Like, yeah, you just did that. And all those heads with the cameras just saw you. Idiots.
Dude.
I don't even know why the president would do that. It's about to be like a purge.
That's exactly what it's going to be. They are going to... And you know what? If they're doing something with that storyline, cool. Skrulls versus everybody else.
Humanity.
You know? That could be pretty cool. I think.
That might be worse than Thanos' snap. You think more than half the population going to get clapped because of that?
Well, here's what I'm scared about.
A lot of Skrulls.
Because, and maybe I just missed this detail. But, well, I mean, I guess he would be. Let's just say hypothetically, Gravik wasn't the only one that he gave the DNA to. Right? There are other Super Skrulls other than Gaia roaming.
That would be wild.
Because even when they were fighting at the compound, there were no other Skrulls. And he said something like they were all locked away or something. Like they were somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what's up with that? And then it's like, I don't know. But maybe, I could be talking too much and they could be doing season 2.
Could.
There's always possibilities, but it's just the fact that I don't know anything. Like, literally nothing.
I'll do the research.
I'm gonna have to go look at other people's opinion. Keep looking at videos.
Yeah.
But
that's what it's come to.
Yeah. I don't know. It's it'll be interesting to see. I honestly did like the show though. I did. I really did. It was cool. It was really cool. It was well done. It had just the right amount of comedy, the right amount of proper storytelling, you know. But we still don't really know what happened to Nick in the blip.
In the blip, after the blip,
we really don't know what happened. So, I guess nothing happened to him in the blip, but afterwards, I guess.
Yeah, like why he left.
Well, that's the other thing too, because Spider-Man said he just woke up, and Doctor Strange was like, "Oh, it's been 5 years." Like, so were they all just sleep? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it did work like that.
But
kind of like a full sleep, thinking you just was about to kill Thanos, and then you just come back.
Yeah.
What the?
I guess you could say yeah, because they were. I guess you could say they're technically dead. He wiped out half of the population, so I guess you could say they were dead for a little bit.
It's just weird.
But what's it called? Yeah, the only other Marvel project we're getting for the rest of the year is the Marvels, which comes out in November, I believe. Can't really say I'm excited. Will I watch? More than likely.
Probably.
But I don't really expect too much. And that was another thing too. I feel like they should have waited until Secret Invasion was done to start promoting it and putting out trailers and stuff. Because I remember when we watched the first episode, we said anybody can get it. And there was a part of me, like, maybe around, like, episode 2 or 3, I was like, yo, what if Nick Fury dies here? Like, in the show.
Yeah.
But, like, when the trailer came out, I was like, all right, so clearly he's not dead. So, that's not going to happen. I don't know. We're going to see. I'll definitely check it out. Will I spend money on it? I don't know. We'll see.
That's the exact word.
But it's the last Marvel project we're getting for the year, and I don't know. We'll probably talk about it when we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But if I had to give Marvel a grade for this year so far, just being where we're at, I give it like a C minus.
C minus.
Is that generous or is that horrible? I don't know. What do I say?
It's leaning more towards generous, I think.
I was thinking. Hold on.
I think I'm chilling with a C. It kind of averaged out. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 really carried. Not gonna lie. I don't know if we're counting Spider-Man. It's only associated with Marvel, so not really.
I can't count it Across the Spider-Verse because it is primarily Sony.
Yeah.
It has nothing. But here's the thing, though. After Across the Spider-Verse, I don't even know if I can still say that. Because we saw Donald Glover.
Yeah.
We saw Childish Gambino in there.
We did.
So, I don't know.
That look like it's next year.
No.
Loki.
I mean, you know what? Let me not speak too soon because we still have some stuff coming out. Loki comes out in October. The Marvels comes out in November. X-Men 97, which I will be watching. It's a cartoon series that's going on Disney Plus. Comes out in the fall. What If is supposed to be coming out, and that's basically all the confirmed ones. The rest are saying either or 23 or 24. So, I don't know. Just based off of
just this year
so far, there have been some gems.
Solid C isn't bad.
I'd give it a C though. I'd give it a C. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was very good. What else came out this year? I can't even
think about it.
That's what I'm trying to find. Like, what else? What else? Well, these are just the movies, but okay, there we go. Well, that's the rest of 2023. There we go. I don't know what else came out this year. Did Doctor Strange come out this year? Or was that last year? Dude, this year it's been a blur.
Quantumania, I think.
Quantumania came out this year?
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I have to give it a C.
C for
I
sure.
have to give it a C. Because, you know, just based off of what we've got so far, it's kind of crazy.
But hey, still be ready for the rest, you know.
I'm still gonna be loyal. I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
They got us caught in this already, so
they got me here. I'm paying attention, so we gonna see. But before we sign off, I know we started this episode off really heavy, but I guess I would say, just in closing, like, always seek the truth, not what they're feeding you.
don't be scared of the truth.
Don't be scared. It's, you know,
like, uncomfortable situations
has to happen.
Has to, yeah, and it helps for growth.
Has to happen. I don't know.
Stop pushing it away.
So if you check out Sound of Freedom, or if you've seen it already, let us know in the comments.
Shit, let us know.
You know, I've seen that the people that made Sound of Freedom, they have their own Twitter page, their own X page, that they've been using to, you know, kind of get people to go see it. So the message is there. There's clearly a message that they don't want you to see. You know, I don't want to sound like every other conspiracy theorist, but there's stuff they don't want you to know. And they will do whatever they can for that not to be released. So, yeah, we don't want... It's nothing political. It's nothing over here. We just observing what's going on. And that's the truth.
Literally.
No matter how you cut it. So... but aside from that, we back.
Hope
we're getting closer and closer to episode 10. Like, it is getting crazy. We're 2 episodes away, y'all. Let us know, like, just really let us know. Give us some feedback. Like, it's been a while now since our first episode, and we've come a long way, you know. I know we've definitely become more comfortable in front of the camera, or behind the in front of the camera. So, you know, we are all about growth over here, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep growing. And to our fellow Marvel fans, let us know what you thought about Secret Invasion if you've seen it yet. If you haven't seen it yet, after you finish watching it, let us know what you think about it. And yeah, we love you.
It's all love.
I think that's about it, man. That's what we got for today.
Show support, man. Like, comment, subscribe,
all that stuff. Share.
You know the jazz already.
Y'all know what to do.
Get with the program.
Hit the bell so you know when we upload. Because we can tell. We know which one of y'all been checking out every time. We know. Trust me, we know. But, yeah, turn on the bell so you know when we upload. Subscribe, share, you know. Yeah, just check out our TikTok. We're gonna have all of our links to all of our various things, my Spotify, his portfolio. Everything's gonna be in the description. So if you want to check us out, if you want to support us that way, please head down to the description. It's all there, I promise. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. This has been episode 8. It's been lit. So, without further ado, it's been your boy Jay Crombie.
And I scheme.
And we will catch y'all next week on episode 9. Be safe. God loves you.